You ready?
I'm ready.
Hi, I'm Mike. Welcome back to Our Wyoming Life, where today we have just finished our new feedlot. Joining me from Bekaert Fencing is Keith. We all know Keith. This is it. You're done.
We're done. We've wrapped up. It's been an awesome week, I'll tell you that.
Has it really? We've seen snow, we've seen rain. I think we had pretty much every season that we could have.
And it's beautiful today.
Of course it is, because you're leaving. Yeah. So our plan for today is we actually, since this whole thing is done, we're going to kind of work backwards a little bit. We're going to be bringing the steers to their new home over here. And along the way, we're going to point out some of the things that Keith did, some of the more interesting maneuvers that you had to make, and also some of the equipment that you used along the way. It should be a lot of fun, so we hope you guys can stick around. Maddie, come over here. Now, we introduced Van in our last video when we did the deer fence, but also you probably saw Maddie wandering around here and there, and you'll probably catch her wandering around in this video as well. Maddie is Keith's daughter.
Yes.
And apparently just forced labor. I don't know how this all works out.
Yeah. She came to the ranch with us last year during Ranch Roundup, and she just loved it. She got out of school. She's had a tough semester at school, and she wants to be a teacher and a volleyball coach, and she just wanted to come with me to the ranch, and she's been a good hand. She's been good help this week.
That's for sure. She's also fed calves and shot quite a few prairie dogs. I think you're the only one to actually have a confirmed shot on a prairie dog. So thank you for all your help too, Maddie. We do appreciate it. Of course, we thank Bekaert Fencing. Van, you can come over here too if you want to. We're having like a family reunion over here. We also have some more videos coming up later on this year with Bekaert, and we're actually going to go shoot one now, but it's going to come out quite a bit later, where we're going to talk about the history of barbed wire. And Van, thank you very much for all your help with the deer fence. Man, it's working great so far. I have not seen a single deer in there.
That's what we like to hear. Thank you for having us. I've had a great time.
Oh, it's been a blast. And I always feel bad because you guys work so hard, and when you bring more help, then I'm kind of like standing around twiddling my thumbs watching you guys do things. But when it all comes together, I mean, that's when it's amazing. You can take just a flat piece of dirt and turn it into something that has a useful purpose. And you know, even more than that, I mean, it looks good.
Yeah. And it was for us, it's an alternative fencing, and I've never built one like this. I've seen it done. The 1348 3 Solid Lock Pro 30 just kind of takes the place of continuous panels, 3, 4, 5 bar fences and corrals, things like that. And as you could tell, I mean, it has made quite a fence. I mean, I think you're going to be in really good shape with this fence.
I think
so. And it's more economical.
Yeah, and later on in the video, we're going to see if we can get some steers to run into it too.
Yeah.
So we're going to see how that works. So stick around, guys. We got a lot more coming up today on Our Wyoming Life. You know what, guys? It is amazing to have friends like the folks at Bekaert, and you know what? They're your friends too. You can go online, fencing.bekaert.com, check them out, find your local dealer, and of course, if you can't find a local dealer, you can order right on their website. Keith, obviously, we've got long runs inside this feedlot, and we've got short ones.
That's right.
This makes it a little bit harder.
It makes it a whole lot harder. A short run is way harder than a long run. With high tensile wire, you have that elasticity that's in the wire. It's not as much as a bungee cord, but the same principle applies. As long as you don't get into the elongation factor, that wire will heat and contract with temperature changes. So when you guys get that snowstorm blow through here like last month, you know,
or yesterday.
Yeah, or yesterday, it's not gonna relax when it gets hot. It's gonna maintain its tension over time. And it's very difficult on these short runs to stay inside that. And you've always got that little bit of fence where we tied off that has to be absorbed back into the high tensile. And you don't have that with a short run. So some of these short runs, we're actually going to take gripples, and we're going to strip off a piece of wire in the middle, and we'll do it right behind a post where it won't even hardly be seen. And we'll pull it together with the torque tool, like Van was with the high tensile 3D fence. We'll tension it the same way. So we won't even get our bars out, because I'd be very surprised. That one's going to be what, 30 feet? Yeah. So 30 feet's a challenge, right? So we'll cut it with gripples, and we'll use a torque tool to tighten it up. But lots of little tricks and things. I mean, as we travel all over the country, we find out there's no one way to build a fence. I mean,
that's a good question. I've had people ask me if they wanted to come to you guys do demos and stuff like that. So how do people find out about where you're going to be and what you're going to be doing?
Through their extension agencies, through their local feed stores. A lot of the times, most of the stuff that we do is coordinated with a dealer. So if there's a dealer and plenty of people in that area that say, hey, I want to learn how to use the Cattleman Pro barbed wire,
right,
how to tension it, because low carbon is a thing of the past. I wouldn't say the past, but a lot of people are moving towards high tensile. And the Cattleman Pro that we put up on the hill, a lot of people that put up low carbon products, they will come out and they will try to install it the same way. And that low carbon has all that stretch that you have to get out to keep it tight. High tensile products don't have that. You simply pull it tight and it's here now, it's here next year, it's here the year after. I actually drove up and showed Van the fence that we built, and now it's been 2 years.
2 years.
And it's had some snow on it, it's had some cold, had some hot, and it's still really tight.
And it's very shiny.
Very shiny. Yeah.
So we're not too far off here from getting our steers moved in to the new feedlot / finishing school. I'm actually thinking about making a sign and hanging it out there that says finishing school. That feedlot is actually pretty close to our new RV parking, which we're working on actually as we speak. Jeff is over there and helping neighbor Gary, hashtag everybody needs a Gary, to spread out rock. They're actually bringing rock in for the driveways and for some of the parking spots, I do believe. We've got a little bit of dirt work left to do. Electrical's done. Once the rock is all done, then we're going to be planting seed for the grass for the areas in between the RV park or RV parking, and yeah, we should be about ready to start parking people in there and getting some campers in for the night. Now we are open right now for camping, so if you are looking at traveling and you're a Harvest Host member, or you would like to just stop by, you can head to harvesthost.com, check that out, or you can go to our website, scroll down to the bottom, and there's a little button that says RV Stays. Click on that and you get taken to a nice little schedule where you can take a look and see if the days that you're coming through, if we have openings, and you get to hang out right here on the ranch. All right, so what's the next step on this long run here?
So right now we'll just finish out our gripples, and to finish out those knots, it's really easy. I mean, you can just simply bend that wire down, pull it under, fold it up, reach back behind it, clip it off. Now there's no sharp edges. When you guys come through this gate, you've got smooth wire, no knots, no nothing to grab. Make it easy to close. It'll still close flush and there's nothing obstructing it. But we'll just do that, and then we'll come back through and we'll set our height, and we've got some speed clips that we're going to use for 2 3/8 pipe. We'll just we'll raise that fence up into position, and then we'll clip it around the line wire. Then we're going to come down through and we're going to clip the top wire. Gotcha. And then that way it's all held in position. If your animals do get aggressive with it, which we really don't think they are in this instance, it's tight, it's up high where it's supposed to be. You can clean out from under it and you're good to go.
One of our goals that we have here on the ranch is educating consumers about where their food comes from. So obviously this feedlot pretty dang close to RV parking. So you're going to have kids and everything else coming through here. So it's nice to see that, you've got your sharp edges turned away. Sure. You're not doing any weird wire ties or anything like that.
And the solid lock knot as well. I mean, there's very little edge. I mean, they're blunt, or they're shear cut off to the side. So, I mean, there's nothing really to hang. And especially when people are on the outside, there's nothing there. Right. So they'll be good. There won't be anything. You'll have RV parking, you got the Airbnb, and should be a really safe place for everybody to be, for sure.
People can come out and pet their dinner.
Yeah. Maddie, you ever pet your dinner?
Yeah.
All right.
We have a couple bales right here ahead of us. And I am heading over to the feedlot to drop these bales off. We haven't moved any steers yet. I actually wasn't anticipating getting rock today from Gary, so it kind of threw my day off a little bit. The guys, along with Maddie, they took off about noon and they got all loaded up, and they're off, on to their next adventure, I guess. But we've kind of had a little bit of a delay as we've been looking to get these steers moved in and ready to go. So I'm bringing bales over now. I did get their water hooked up. That should still be filling, and we'll take a look at that. But once we get these bales in, then we can run across the road. We'll hook up a trailer, and we'll get to moving the steers and get them moved into their new digs with their brand new Bekaert fencing.
So we'll talk about the 1348-3 Solid Lock Pro 30. This is a zinc aluminum coated hot dip galvanized product, 13 line wires, 48 inches tall with a 3-inch spacing. It's used a lot for horses. It doesn't allow them to push their hooves through it, but it's a very aggressive fence. So this is the profile that we decided to use for this project, simply because it is more rigid because it's got more stays. So we got good tension on the fence and just a little bit of flex for it to rebound if it does get an impact.
Not only is the Bekaert fencing new, but there is a new Aeroquip loading facility, a little loading chute there. We're going to be putting scales in it as well, and we're going to get a chance to see how that works once we get these guys moved in. But get these bales dropped off, and then we'll get to it. We're using ring feeders inside the new feedlot area, and those will make things a little bit easier. As you can tell, the ring feeders are not new. In fact, to tell you the truth, I've actually exhausted my entire budget for this entire project. So ring feeders were not in the cards, not new ones anyway. So we found a couple old ones that were actually laying around, and we managed to fix them back up. A little bit of welding on them to try to get them back up where we need it. So hopefully they'll work. They'll hold the bales. That's really what we need them to do. And we'll drop this next one in, and then we're ready to go get steers. Keith, what's the most time-consuming part of any fence build?
I would say bracing.
Yeah.
With the equipment and everything that we've got now, you know, with the stretcher bars, the chain walkers, things like that, and it doesn't matter if you're pulling a half a mile or a quarter mile or 30 feet, you're going to have the same amount of tools out, and you're going to be doing it. Bracing is definitely the most time-consuming. I mean, we've been on this one we drove posts one day and then a couple of posts the second day, and now this will be 2 full days of working out the top rails and all that kind of stuff. You guys have noticed in some of the other videos that we have done that we had a bolt together pipe brace system. This is actually a new product from Bullet Fence, and it's a weld-on clamp, and it's already assembled. You just slide it down the pipe and over, and then just a couple 1-inch welds to hold everything in place, and it'll be good to go. We don't have this product available yet. It's brand new from Bullet Fence. We have used the pipe post clips for this project, and they're an 11 gauge clip. They're very strong. They twist up with a drill chuck. Just put it in your cordless. They're pre-formed, so you just wrap them around the post and then zip them up. It'll break one end off, slam it down flat, so nobody's going to walk into it and get poked. And super quick and super easy.
We kind of have to be a little strategic about this because we're putting our B team in first. These are the steers that aren't set to go until August, I think. So these guys will go in the farther back corral in the new finishing school slash feedlot. I just need to pick one of those and just call it that. So we're gonna get them on the trailer, get them moved over. Come on, boys. Come on. Come on, let's go. Tell you, I'm a little excited. The first residents of the new finishing school. I'm going to call it finishing school from now on. I'm not going to use the word feedlot anymore unless I absolutely have to. The new finishing school is going to be up and running here in just a couple minutes.
For this project, we use the Gripple T-clips, and you guys have seen me use these a lot on the channel. They're really fast. They're easy to use. It takes the place of some of the more complicated knots that we tie, and then it'll give you the zinc aluminum body with the ceramic roller, so it will hold up against the weather out here, and it matches up good with the zinc aluminum coated solid lock products.
I'm really hoping everything holds together, but I tell you what, that fence is some strong stuff. Look at that, I backed right up to it. Hopefully, I left them enough room to squeeze their butts out. We shall see. Come on, boys. And lots of room for them too, which is a really nice deal. I don't know, I'd want more room. If I was a cow, I'd want all the room in the world.
So all of the products that you've seen us use are available from the shop now on the fencing.bekaert.com website. We also have a dealer locator, and you can click on that dealer locator and you can find all of these products available through your local dealers. And we understand that instant gratification is big now. COVID has pushed that. People like to order stuff online, and if you can't find it at your dealer, just let us know, and we can help you get that product.
And that's the A-team. Those guys average right around 1,000 pounds. So they've got about a month and a half before it's time for them to go off to freezer camp. Right now though, they're going to their new digs, and it's the feedlot, oh, I said I wasn't gonna say that anymore, finishing camp of their dreams. Alrighty guys, it's now the next day. We had our big blast of rain there that kind of shut down the shooting. I wanted to show you guys here for the very last part of this video how we go about getting these guys in to weigh them and how we bring them back out. So inside the new AeroQuip system, we've got a couple holding pens, specifically this one right here. And when we bring in the A-team, we can put them inside that pen and then bring over the A-team and get them weighed. These guys, actually, I opened the gate, they voluntarily loaded themselves in. So we're gonna run them through really quick, and I wanna show you how we'll sort them back out. So this gate over here will be the one that we open, and it's gonna come off of the chute. Now, obviously, I don't want them going out the end because that puts them, well, on the highway. So what I want to do is actually move them through this way, and that's why this area over here is built up a little bit heavier, because I'll show you the way that they're going to come out.
So this is a super high pressure area. So if you turn a steer out and you're going to run him back through, he'll be contained in this small area. So what we did is we used a continuous top rail, and then right about what we consider the impact zone, we put one more brace to turn those steers. But we used the solid lock 1348 to take the place of everything, so they can't duck out, they can't get around, and it's still super good and tight. This one was kind of an interesting pull. Van and I just kind of put our heads together and decided how we wanted to do this without making little bitty pieces. And what we came up with is continuous, where the animals will come out. They've got the impact zone. We're on the outside where we can come around. And then we actually put medium GP joiners from Gripple in, and we tensioned the entire run with nothing but these joiners. So we didn't use the bars and chain grabs like you guys see us use a lot. We just used the torque tool to get them tight, and then we just continued to pressure them up. And as you can see, we got super good tension in this fence all the way around, and it slid really good around the pipe, so it allowed us to tension in one continuous run.
Now you can see it opened up this gate, which should allow these guys, when they come through the chute, to go right back in to their corral. Now that's the theory anyway. As long as this gate stays open for each one of these steers to come through, they'll sort back through pretty easily. So we're gonna bring them in and just let them come right back out. Super simple. And I really hope this works, because if it doesn't, we're gonna have a train wreck. Nice and easy. Come on, let's go. Turn the corner. Come on. There we go. Keep going. Keep going. Come on. Keep going. And look at that. It worked. They went right through. Pretty simple. And it makes me very happy. So our next steps over here include getting our scales set up, which means we get to pour more concrete over here. But other than that, the feedlot is good to go. I really have no way to thank Bekaert, Keith, Van, and Maddie enough for doing this. This is something I never actually anticipated having on the ranch, something like this. Being able to do this more efficiently and being able to make a living for myself and my family and employees even at this point. So very cool stuff. I am very proud to announce, and you guys might be excited about this just a little bit, the fact that because of what Bekaert was able to do for us, we were able to go a little bit extra, the extra mile, and we're actually going to be placing a webcam over here in finishing school. So you guys can watch what's happening over here at any time. That will be on the website here in just about a week or so, once we get a little bit more infrastructure in place for the internet and that kind of stuff. So thank you very much, guys. We do appreciate it. Go check out Bekaert. That's how we can thank Bekaert, guys. You can head on over to their website, take a look around. You can also go to Facebook, make sure you follow them there. Check it out and see what Keith and Van are up to. Those guys are on there all the time. See what kind of new innovations they have going on in fencing. This is very impressive to me, and it's very impressive to our steers also. So stick around. We've got a lot more coming up, especially from finishing school, as we continue to explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary. But for me, I'm exhausted and I'm ready to be done. So until next time, have a great week, and we'll see you right here on Our Wyoming Life. Woohoo! Look at that, guys. You're gonna be famous. You're gonna be on the internet. Yeah.